Okay, y'all get ready. The customer's about to see his new wheels and tires for the first time. Morning.
Hey.
What do you think of your wheels?
Ooh. I like it.
How about that?
Yeah, they set right good on there, didn't
Yeah, they do.
they? Well, little teeny skinny thing.
I had to take the center caps off because the lug nut socket won't go on if you leave the center caps on.
Yeah, they just pop in
Yeah. I leave them off until I get the.
I'm glad you did them wheel seal.
Let's take a little ride, take a little test drive today. Y'all hold tight. And here we go. The Mercury Meteor test drive. Hello.
Yeah. Hello. As everyone can see, we have no door panels installed. We had to take the door panels off because we had to take all the locks to B&D Lock over in Roanoke because, oh, well, the car stalled one. See, I'm using the key. We had to take them all the locks because whoever did the car before we got it busted all the locks out of everything. So I'm guessing when whoever owned this passed away, they didn't have the keys in it, and whoever decided to sell it decided that they needed to bust everything out so they could get keys in it and start and all that good stuff. So we had to order new keys, and then we're trying to match the trunk lock, which opens with the same screwdriver, and we're trying to match the doors to the new trunk lock tumblers because we took the trunk lock over to B&D and the tumblers were so wore out. Instead of each tumbler going up when the key went in, instead of the tumbler going up as the key passed in, the tumblers were laying over and sticking. So that's how wore out the key was, or sorry, the lock was wore out. The key was just fine, but the lock was so wore out the tumblers wouldn't even go up and down. They spent about 4 hours on it, and then they wanted to give up. And I told them we could make the combination whatever they needed it to be. I'd bring them the door locks.
But a shout out to them for really helping us.
Oh yeah, they've gone above and beyond to make sure that all the keys match, everything that they can get in the doors, the trunk. They've went above and beyond. So
yeah, they've done great on several of our projects. So go see them if you need any help with that. I'm sure they'd be glad to help you out.
yeah, our only downfall is we've got to ride an hour each way to go to them.
Right.
They do great.
I wish they were closer.
Yeah. But well, Elizabeth and Abby come in the driveway.
Yeah.
And just a note, I don't think the gas gauge works, and I don't think the temperature gauge works. The oil I saw come up, we checked the oil before we left, and the generator is, the little charge needle on the ammeter is moving, so I'm guessing it's doing something. But the temp light and the gas light don't seem to be moving. So we're guessing they're not working.
But the brakes back there seem to work really good.
Yes.
So you want to tell everybody all the things that we did?
Let's run down the list. We put new disc brakes on the front. So we changed out, took the drums off, the backing plates, put new rotors on, calipers, and of course the mounting hardware, new brake hoses, and every brake line on this thing snapped off. Every one that I put a wrench on snapped off. So we had to replace every brake line. We even replaced the gas line. It wasn't leaking, but it was so nasty and rusty that just as a preventative maintenance, we changed the whole gas line coming from the tank up to here. The one coming from the fuel pump to the car was crimped off. Like somebody had overbent it. It had a kink in the tube. So we went ahead and made a new steel line there and made a new gas line. I know it probably for the 260 cubic inches that this thing is, it probably really didn't affect it. But, you know, just to make it a little bit better, because we could, we fixed that fuel line. On the back, we left the drum brakes on there. And we put new wheel cylinders and new shoes. Somebody had put new drums on it and left the old brake shoes and wheel cylinders that were totally destroyed. They'd left them on the car. So, yeah. Like I said, as long as they keep doing them, we'll get to keep doing us. But we're out here on our maiden voyage.
Yeah.
And we are test driving this car. We're going on a different route to test drive. We're not going our normal road, because on the weekends we try to stay out of the state park because the campers are going in and out of the park. So,
but this is a really neat car on the inside. I'll show you guys. It's just really cute. I love
little
this.
Meteor Man.
Little Meteor Man. I found him the other night when I was doing my brake pumping. But when we changed out the wheels and took away those peepaw wheels, it made a huge difference in this car.
Yeah.
So the customer's super excited to be able to drive the car. He's only drove it 50 feet since he owned it.
Yeah, so we've drove it further than he has.
But I think it'll be a good little fun car for him to do some cruise ins and just drive and have a good time.
Yeah.
But
Let's slow down so we don't get hit here at the tunnel.
yeah,
It's a blind corner at the underpass, and it's not really wide enough to swing two vehicles, so you slow down to make sure nobody's going to hit you head on.
the new shocks seem good too.
Yeah.
David had fun doing those again in the trunk.
Yeah, we didn't put any on the front, but we did put them on the back because the ones on the back were toast.
But I think that was about all we've done. So did we say everything we've done on the car?
I think we did. Other than change the wheels. We did change the wheels, but they saw that.
Right.
Well, changed the radiator,
Oh yes.
and we fixed the accelerator pump so that gas is not pouring out of the carburetor now.
Yeah, that's a plus. Oh, let's show them the mirror over here. I think that is so cool.
It's out on the front fender. I haven't found the adjustment knob, so if anybody knows where the adjustment knob is for that mirror out there in here, I haven't found it in here yet. So if anybody can tell me in the comments where to adjust that mirror, I mean, I can climb up under the fender and start chasing the cable back. But if somebody already knows that, leave a comment and tell me how to adjust that mirror. Because right now I'm looking at the fender. I'm not actually looking what's behind me. So if anybody could comment on that, that'd be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, that would help us out.
But yeah, I think this is going good. So as soon as we get all our locks and the keys back and get everything,
And I spend a little time cleaning
and
it.
you clean it, yeah. Because if you look at the hood, she's a little dirty.
Yeah, she needs a definite A&D cleanup. I'll get that done this week, and if all goes well, this will probably go back to the customer midweek to end of week.
Yeah, provided it's not snowing.
Provided it's not snowing. We got wind that there may be a storm, but then I think it actually turned, which that will be good. But I don't know that we're going to get out of this winter without one storm. So we're back from our drive, and that went really, really well. Don't you think so?
Oh yeah.
So now we just wait to get the locks back.
And he knows he's missing some emblems. The emblems are missing on the inside of the door. I think at whatever body shop or whatever they had to do the paint job, I don't think gave them all the pieces back.
Right.
There were some door handles in a box laying in the floorboard, but all the emblems, or maybe the body shop never had them, we don't know. But whatever it is, he's missing a couple of emblems. We got the door locks to put in. We know the gas gauge doesn't work and the temperature gauge doesn't work.
Right.
So.
But all in all, it was a very successful drive.
But yeah, overall, the car's great. We got to put the center caps on. I don't know if I told everybody this, but you can't put the center caps on and tighten the lug nuts. You see the cutout that's on the wheel there? They didn't machine that in the cap. You can't put a socket on the lugs if the center cap's on. So to torque the wheels, and you're supposed to drive them 50 miles, torque it again, you have to leave the center caps off.
So yeah, that's
a really cool feature. And it's only a feature when you have 4.5 inch plug spacing on the wheels. That was a neat feature to find out.
I just love the tail lights.
They are pretty cool.
I love that.
But yeah, so
if you like this video, as always, give us a like.
And a subscribe if you haven't already.
That's right.
And as we end all our videos, thank you, Lord.
Thank you for today.